I still remember the exact moment my world started to crack. It was a warm Sunday afternoon. We were all gathered at my parents' house for our usual family lunch. My older sister, Emily, stood up with that glowing smile she always puts on when she wants something. She placed her hand gently on her belly and said, "We're having baby number 4. The room exploded with joy. My mom cried happy tears. My dad hugged Emily so tightly like she'd just won the lottery. And me? I sat there smiling, clapping along, but something inside me already felt heavy. Because I knew what came next. For the last 8 years, every single time Emily had a baby, I became the built-in babysitter, the emergency helper, the free nanny. I canceled my plans, missed work opportunities, and put my own life on hold while she continued building her big, perfect family. I'm 31. I have my own career, my own apartment, and dreams I've been quietly working toward. But in my family's eyes, I was always the reliable one. The one who didn't have a husband or kids yet, so obviously my time didn't matter as much. After the cheers died down, my mom turned to me with that familiar look and said, "Sarah, you'll help with the new baby, right? Emily will need you more than ever." I felt my stomach drop. But this time, something inside me finally whispered, "No more." I took a deep breath and said the words that would change everything. "I'm really happy for you, Emily. But I can't be the main babysitter this time. I need to focus on my own life." The silence that followed was deafening. What happened next shattered me in ways I never expected. My mom's face changed instantly. The warm, loving mother I knew disappeared. "Sarah, don't be selfish," she said coldly. "Family helps family. Your sister needs you." My dad, who had always been my quiet protector, looked at me with disappointment I'll never forget. "We didn't raise you to be like this," he muttered. Emily didn't even look surprised. She just rubbed her belly and said softly, "I knew you'd react this way. You've always been a little jealous of my life." That one sentence broke something deep inside me. Jealous? Of what? Of being exhausted all the time? Of having parents who treated her like a queen while I was treated like an employee? Of constantly hearing how I needed to catch up to her? From that day forward, everything changed. My parents started calling me less. They stopped inviting me to family dinners. When I reached out, they were cold and distant. My mom even told my aunt that I had abandoned the family during Emily's time of need. The worst part? They began openly favoring Emily more than ever. They gave her money for the new baby's nursery. They watched her other 3 kids every weekend. They posted glowing family pictures on Facebook, always with Emily at the center, while I was slowly being erased. I cried so many nights. I questioned if I was indeed selfish. Was I a bad daughter? A bad sister? The guilt was eating me alive. But one evening, while sitting alone in my apartment, I realized something powerful. I had spent years betraying myself just to keep them happy. I had ignored my own needs, my own boundaries, and my own heart, all for a love that turned out to be conditional. That was the moment I decided I wouldn't beg for their affection anymore. I stopped calling. I stopped explaining. I focused on myself, my job, my health, my peace. And slowly, the pain started turning into strength. 3 months later, the consequences of their choices started showing. Emily was overwhelmed with 4 children. My parents, who had promised to help her every step of the way, were exhausted and frustrated. The reality of raising 4 grandkids hit them hard. Suddenly, the perfect family picture wasn't so perfect anymore. One night, my mom called me. Her voice was tired. "Sarah, we need your help. Just for a few weeks." I paused, then said calmly, "Mom, I told you before, I can't. I love you all, but I have to put myself first now." She started crying. My dad got on the phone and actually apologized, something I had never heard in my life. Emily sent long messages saying she missed me and realized how much she had taken me for granted. But I didn't rush back. Instead, I set clear boundaries. I told them I would visit occasionally as a sister and daughter, but I would no longer be the family's unpaid helper. I offered to help them find professional babysitters and suggested they create a fair schedule. The most beautiful part? Slowly, they started respecting me more. My relationship with my parents began healing, not because I gave in, but because I finally stood up for myself. Emily's fourth baby is now 6 months old. I see my family sometimes, but on my terms. And for the first time in years, I feel free. Looking back, saying no was the hardest but best decision I ever made. If you're watching this and you've been the reliable one in your family, the one who always sacrifices while others take, I want you to hear this: your life matters too. Your dreams are important. Love should never require you to erase yourself. Sometimes the greatest revenge isn't loud or dramatic. Sometimes it's simply choosing yourself and watching your peace become the most powerful response. Thank you for watching my story. If you've been through something similar, drop a comment below. You're not alone. Until next time, protect your heart.